So today I'm cooking from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Pizza Cookbook. That's by Peggy Paul Casella, or Casella, but I think it's Spanish, so Casella. Yeah, this book is great whether you're trying to get your kids interested in cooking or whether you have, nostalgia. It's a good book. I recommend getting it. It's fun. New recipes. So today I did a recipe from it, and we're gonna do it. But here's the thing: there's an issue with my new stove, so I'm gonna have to go to my old kitchen and do it. So we won't be in the new fancy kitchen, but we'll be in the old one doing basically baking. So here we go. So first we start with the meatballs. First ingredient, breadcrumbs. Next, we add the Parmesan cheese. Fresh chopped parsley. Diced yellow onions. Fresh minced garlic. You're going to want to put that in there too. I used the cheese grater and ground down a whole clove, a teaspoon of ketchup. Correction, that was a tablespoon of ketchup. Salt, pepper. Next, you want to beat an egg, pour it into the mixture. Then you're going to mix this all up real well. Okay, so now that you got the mixture mixed up nice and well, we're going to throw in the ground turkey. So you're going to want to use your hands to mix that up nice. Be careful not to overmix because it will affect the quality of the meatballs. We're going to spray this prepared cooking sheet with, I used coconut oil. You can use whatever. Spray, you can based on the oil how you want. And then you're going to want to pull out here, make some meatball mixes, and put them on your cookie tray. Now, once they're all made up, what you're going to want to do is just drizzle a little bit of olive oil kind of on the pan over them. Get nice and good. And then just one more time, or as we used to say back in my day, just one more again. You're going to sprinkle some salt and just kind of get it all over. And then a little more black pepper, just kind of drizzle it over. The higher you hold it, the better distribution you get. You don't want it to concentrate too much in one area. Now that that's done, you want to put them in. We preheated the oven to about 400 degrees. You want to make sure you do it for about 15 minutes. So you'll bring them out of the oven after about 15 minutes and let them cool off. While you're letting your meatballs cool off a bit, you're going to want to make the sauce. So we'll start with the sour cream, and then add the ketchup, and finally sweet pickle relish. So yeah, mix it up. There we go. So this is going to be the base of the pizza. This is the sauce that'll go on the crust. So the first step to preparing our cooking sheet is just to dust it lightly with cornmeal. This will help it so the pizza doesn't stick. It gets that little traction. Plus I think it adds a little something. You've seen the pizzas with the little cornmeal on the bottom. So it adds something. So the cookbook said to use the homemade dough, which at some point I will, but I got some store-bought. This is the bottom. We're going to want to pour on some of this olive oil and spread it over the bottom side of the pizza. Get it nice and set and spread so it's evenly coated. So the next step will be you take the sauce that we made. You're going to want to put a good amount, depending on how saucy you like your pizza. Spread it out and get it nice and distributed across the whole pizza. Then you want to take the meatballs, cut them in half, and you're going to spread them over the pizza. Yeah, so then you want to start sprinkling on the shredded and ripped up Swiss cheese. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I like cheddar, so I mix in a little cheddar. I like the cheese. You don't have to, but you can if you want. I'm going to do half and half today. I'm going to put on one half the sauerkraut It's supposed to be the whole pizza, but I don't know how it'll turn out. I love sauerkraut, but I've never done it on pizza, so I'm gonna spread this out, cook it, and we'll have 2 sides to try. And also, I know my wife don't like sauerkraut, so I want to have one side that she can eat. You know what I mean? That she wants to. Because if I put sauerkraut on the whole thing, it's going to be trouble. No, I'm just kidding. But she won't be able to have it and enjoy this pizza that I got out of this cookbook. So before we had to cook the meatballs, we had it at 400 degrees. To cook the pizza, we had turned it up to 500 degrees. We're going to bake the thing, and we'll come back in a few. Then, after just a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, it'll depend on the crust and everything you use, we're ready to get our pizza out of the oven. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna cut it. Now, usually I would have my hands free or whatever, but today I only have one hand free, so I'm gonna put this down and cut the pizza. And now it's ready to eat. Let's go give it a taste test. All right, so after a little bit of work, we're gonna see how this tastes. It's delicious, very savory. The bitterness has been cooked out of the sauerkraut, so you get that cabbage flavor.